So the massive leak that happened in GTA 6, obviously hacking tons of gameplay and footage from, very early builds of GTA 6. I wanted to talk about this and how this just is setting such a dangerous precedent for the future of gaming, and, what companies should be doing in terms of, kind of taking this on head on. And I've got, mixed emotions about it. But for me, at least, I feel that something like this should have never happened in the first place. I mean, when's the last time that we really saw massive leaks happen in like the filmmaking industry? You may have got a leaked image or something, a behind the scenes, sneak peek look at some of, like one of like the MCU movies or something of that nature, but nothing to the extent of what we're seeing in some of these massive video game franchises. Number one being, of course, The Last of Us Part 2. There are tons of leaks on, story details, lots of spoiler things that came out about that title. And then we get that even topped off even more so with GTA 6. And I just think that something like this should have never happened. And I believe, and I put a lot of it on the developers for not having, those extra security measures. Now, look, I don't know exactly, I'm sure that there's like a lot of confidentiality and a lot of things behind the scenes that we don't know about that these developers have in place for extra security. But when I look at, the amount of times that we see video game details come out or get leaked or hacked, it is still, to this day, in 2022, still a real problem. And so what I'm getting at is the security measures need to be amplified. They need to be something that is increased in a major way moving forward. Because can you imagine, GTA is one of the largest franchises in the world, and we know when GTA 6 releases, it's going to be the biggest game for at least a while, right? GTA 5 is still massive in scale. Will GTA 6 be able to eclipse that, or will it be like on that same trajectory? I think it's definitely realistic to assume that it's going to at least be up there with GTA 5. Will it be able to eclipse it? It's hard to say, but I definitely trust Rockstar to implement things in place in order to, just get this game to that next level and this franchise to that next level. I feel really bad for those over at Rockstar, really more so than anybody, the developers and the creators behind this title, who I'm sure have been working tirelessly on this game. And even though they're like early builds and such, seeing that get released and from being hacked and then leaked out there to the public has got to be disheartening. It's got to be unmotivating in a massive way. Now, someone like myself, if that were to happen to, say, I'm a developer and that happened to me, it would motivate me, it would fuel me to prove all of the haters wrong, because obviously there's a lot of haters right now talking a bunch of smack about these early builds of GTA 6, making it sound like it doesn't look good and things of that nature. You got to remember that this title is in very early stages of development. It's years away, guys. And now with this hack, it's probably prolonged it in a major way. Maybe not a major way, but I definitely think it's prolonged it for sure. And so, to me, it's a very unfortunate thing. It's definitely a reality of this industry, and it's something that we got to get better at. It kind of reminds me of, like, people who are acting inside of these video games and doing, like, the voiceovers and all of that. They're still trying to figure out, the video game industry is still trying to figure out, how do we pay these actors and actresses royalties for their work that they do like they get royalties and such in big blockbuster movies and just movies in general, depending on agreements. So this is just another thing that has come up that reinforces that we're still in the very early days of the video game industry. We're still trying to figure it out. We've come a very long way, to say the least, but I still think there's so much more to learn and there's so much more to grow from not only the perspective of growing the number of people that are playing video games, but growing in terms of security measures to, you know, just all of those things. I mean, GTA 5, I had a friend of mine that worked on the title. She voiced Tracy in GTA 5, and I know her personally. And McCall, she told me a number of times that, you know, she was having issues with royalties and getting royalties from Rockstar. And I don't know all the legalities of it, but I did hear this, you know, from her saying that, you know, the industry is still trying to figure these things out and doesn't have a lot of these things in place as of yet. But it's just a way, guys, and it tells us that there is still a lot of growth to be had here in the video game industry. I'm not just talking by sheer numbers. I'm talking from security measures to, I mean, all of these different things, right? There's lots of ways that we can continue growing as an industry. This one is very, very unfortunate and very disheartening, at least to myself, to see something like this happen. Something that I don't believe should have happened. Hackers in video games, you know, it just doesn't really make sense to me here in 2022 that people are still hacking video games. Like, how is it happening? The security measures need to be implemented. And like I said, guys, I'm not a security expert, but I would anticipate that we've come a long way in terms of security, but we still have a lot of room to grow there. But let me know, guys, what do you think about this the big hack that happened and leak of GTA 6? What do you guys think about it? Like I said, I think it's, you know, this is a major issue that needs to get resolved and security measures need to be increased. What are your guys' thoughts about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more GTA 6 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.